if you take other markets like US and all, I think there's 60% households having pets in it. India is 7 or 8%. But it has grown rapidly. Now the threshold or the inflection point happens around 15% for mobiles, cars, etc. So we are hoping that if that reaches in the next 4, 5, 7 years, then we will see it become mainstream and the volume or the TAM will really grow. There are other factors that are involved in this, but yeah, it's very niche right now, but I see it as a really upcoming, rapidly growing market, and the potential is unlimited.
India is at almost $1 billion inflection point. If you look back at some of similar markets 10 to 15 years back.
Like which ones?
Let's say China, it was at around $1 billion. Today it's a $10 billion industry. So that inflection, so you see a hockey stick curve going ahead. And that's what a lot of people are betting on at this point of time. What is working in favor of pet industry? There is always a need of companionship as a human being, right? As you go along with nuclear family, with Gen Zs, millennials, late marriages, lesser and lesser kids being there. So that is what has driven it for China, which I very strongly believe will drive it for India. We have that vision to say this is an industry that will really make it happen for us. And that's where we are here creating affordable nutrition, because at the end of the day, middle chunk is where the consumers lie. And that is where we are taking on the named and famed brands.
Got it. Where's Mansoor?
Just to add to what Hari and what everyone has been saying, see, the biggest multiplier in the pet industry is that of retention. The decision
once you have the customer, you have them for at least 12 years.
The decision of choosing a food is very similar to that of choosing a baby food.
Right.
They want to be certain, they want to be sure of what they are feeding, and then they will keep feeding that. So like Kishore Biani in one of his podcasts said, there are 3 Indias. Most of us are targeting the Singapore-India consumption. And the Singapore-India is adopting pets at an increased rate of 133% CAGR year on year. People with more money are entering the market. It's a market which will remain sticky. People don't want to experiment a lot. The challenge and the good thing is the same thing, the stickiness of the market. And it comes with a huge multiplier. A person is not the meals are served twice a day.
So your CAC to LTV ratio is going to be superb. It'll be like the best in the business.
Yeah, and we are just seeing the tip of the iceberg. There are 5.5 CR people who pay income tax above 13 lakhs. Now, those are the people who would adopt pets faster. Those are also the people who are spending money. And even if it becomes 5,000 per month, then the market size swells to 1,000 crores, even for the quality food or a premium food. So I think the category is huge. We're just waiting for the numbers to roll in front of us in 4 years or 5 years.
We are a fragrance category and we are selling online. The biggest problem is consumer trust on the consumer side. To be able to tell them that this is a fragrance that will smell a certain way. And replacing the offline sort of smelling on your wrist and trying it experience has been one of the biggest challenges for us. On the business side, the biggest challenge for us has been supply of good raw material, especially glass. This chalta hai attitude that you were talking about, like we wanted a certain type of fire polished, lacquer polished bottle and a magnetic cap for our bottle, because we are trying to...
Oh, I love magnetic caps on my perfume bottles.
Then you love our bottle.
Yeah.
So we wanted to go sort of beyond just the ordinary and offer a better unboxing experience. But nobody here was even trying to give it a shot. I mean, MOQ was the second issue after that, but so we had to go to China, we had to get it from there. So this, we definitely faced an issue in terms of procurement. But yes, trust on the consumer side and supply of the right raw materials on the business side.
The biggest factor, what he did, how you get into people's habit. And that's what you need to figure out. So for me, also first is how to get into habit, second is word of mouth. So just imagine 2 people talking about air purifiers. They'll always talk about कि यार खरीद लिया use कोई करता है नहीं. right? So that is why that market is not growing. If you want to grow organically or with limited constraint,
Or is it too expensive and it looks ugly in your, in your living space? It takes up space, right?
yeah. Those are added points, but at the end of the day, it is as good as बहुत महंगी गाड़ी खरीद ली 9 महीने जो पार्किंग में रहती है, आप 3 महीने उसको निकालते हो, राइट? सो जब भी आप दोस्तों में बात करते हो तो ऐसी बात करते हो. सो दैट इज वाई परसीव्ड वैल्यू इज वेरी लो. एंड सेकेंड इज habit में जाता है क्या? Just again imagine you enter your house. First thing, you turn on lights so that you can see things. Second, anything related to thermal comfort, AC, fan, cooler, heater, something like that. But and then you get into your doing work, you will forget कि यार वहाँ पे एयर प्यूरीफायर था, उसको चलाना भी था, because there is no trigger point. आप लाइट भूल जाओगे तो जाओगे और चलाओगे क्योंकि दिखेगा नहीं. आप AC भूल जाओगे तो थर्मल डिस्कम्फर्ट होता है, चलाओगे. सो दैट्स द ट्रिगर पॉइंट. बट एयर प्योरीफायर से कुछ नहीं होता है. सो ट्रिगर पॉइंट्स कैसे हम लेके आ सकते हैं? ट्रिगर पॉइंट बेसिकली मीन्स गेटिंग इनटू बिहेवियर, और वो उसके ऊपर फिर एड्स चलाना. सो व्हाट यू हैव राइटली सेड, आप रोज बात करते हो तो वो ट्रिगर पॉइंट है, वो यू कैन रूटीन में जाते हैं आपके, और उसी के ऊपर आपने एक एड चलाया कि यार वहाँ पे कुछ कर सकते हैं क्या. सो हिज एजेंडा वुड बी कि यार जब भी मैं बात करूँ नेक्स्ट, यूज़र मेरे बारे में सोचे या मेरी ऐड के बारे में सोचे कि यार वो ना शायद इतने हज़ार रुपए में मैं स्टीम का बात ले सकता हूँ. सो सेम फॉर अस, व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू डू नाउ इज़ कि आप, एक हैबिट है, एसी के बारे में आप पूरे दिन में कभी बात नहीं करते होगे, लेकिन एक चीज़ आप जरूर करते हो कि जब भी आप उसको उठाते हो रिमोट को और एसी की साइड ऐसे देख के करते हो. सो माई एजेंडा इज हाउ टू गेट इन टू पीपल्स हैबिट. जब भी वो ऐसे एसी ऑन करे ना, वो बोले यार शायद गंदी हवा आ रही होगी, इसको साफ भी कर सकते हैं. सो दीज आर सम वेरी फंडामेंटल थिंग्स. We have been in touch with a lot of marketing gurus and all of that, but figured out कि वो commodity product बेचने में ज़्यादा, एक ग्लास बेच रहे वो बेच डालेंगे, लेकिन एक नया प्रोडक्ट बेचने में उनको ये हम फाउंडर्स को ही घुसना पड़ेगा, and we have to become those marketing gurus.
We are creating a category, we are promoting a new technology in the market, so awareness, of course, and educating the customer, of course, becomes a big part of it. And of course, founders need to lead the charter and be part of, doing content and, organic reach out, etc., which brings in trust and create awareness around the technology, basically. Second is a category like ours, and even, theirs, it's a very infrequent purchase. Person will be purchasing the water purifier in every 5 to 10 years. Once he have purchased, even if I am trying and educating him, right, he's not going to buy right away. So that way, in our marketing and sales process, we've tried to identify where the customer is ready to buy the purifier, and that is where we market ourselves, basically trying to control our expenses, and we're not reaching out to wrong people who are not ready to buy right now. Secondly, for the people who are not ready to buy, the product is still good, right? We save water, we give healthy water, we also cost less in maintenance. So we are now coming up with retrofit solutions, etc., where we are able to enter the customer's life cycle. Even with this existing purifier, at least he starts using our purifier or our products in the form of filters, etc. That is where we are trying to enter the customer life cycle. And whenever he is ready to purchase the water purifier, let's say in 5 years, he will be considering us as well at that point of time.